I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Anwar Ibrahim's return to Umno headquarters for the coalition government meeting tonight is drawing much public attention. This after a decades-long political journey resulting from his sacking from Umno by former party president Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in 1998.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is set to return to the Umno headquarters at Menara Dato Onn in Kuala Lumpur tonight. This is his first return to the Umno HQ in 25 years since the Reformasi movement in 1998. This time, the PKR president is set to chair the coalition government's first secretariat meeting at 8:30 p.m. Also expected to be present are Umno President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, senior leaders from BN and PH, as well as leaders from Gabungan Rakyat Sabah, Gabungan Parti Sarawak and Warisan. The formation of the secretariat was announced by Zahid during the UMNO General Assembly last month. Umno Youth Chief Asyraf Wajdi Dusuki will chair the secretariat, which among others aims to guarantee the continuity of the government. Anwar was sacked from UMNO on September 3, 1998, and he has not set foot on Menara Dato Onn since then. It is unclear who else from PH will be attending the meeting. If DAP leaders are present, it would also be the first time anyone from the party has set foot at the UMNO HQ, their once bitter rivals prior to GE15.
Earlier today in Putrajaya, Anwar tells the civil servants to amend rift and work together for the good of the country. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim wants the cabinet and civil servants to work as a team, inculcating trust in the work culture. Anwar said this during the monthly meeting with the staff of the Prime Minister's department this morning, using his past relationship with Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi as an example.
Tengok pasukan kerja dan rakan-rakan saya nampak, ya, walaupun latar belakangnya pelbagai dan sejarah pertelingkahan dan pembenturan idea dan pergaduhan itu besar, terutama saya dengan TPM belah kanan saya. Tetapi alhamdulillah, ya, yang tidak boleh dinafikan ialah kesatuan pemikiran, kesatuan tekad itu wujud. Yang ini tidak boleh dinafikan.
The relationship between Anwar and Zahid goes back to the 1970s when the two were student activists in University Malaya and continued in UMNO. UMNO and PKR were also rivals until the Unity Government was formed after the 15th general election. Meanwhile, Anwar said cabinet and the civil service have shown a lot of teamwork over the past few months. He cites the management of foreign workers, flood response, and the deployment of the Special Malaysia Disaster Assistance and Rescue Team to Turkey as examples. Who is funding the spending by Pakatan Harapan and Barisan Nasional campaigns during the 15th general election? That is the question posed by Bersatu to MACC today, whose bank accounts are frozen due to an investigation for possible corruption.
Bersatu today lodged a report with the MACC, urging the agency to investigate the lavish spending of PH and BN during the 15th general election. The report was filed by Puchong Bersatu Divisional Chief Muhammad Syukur Mustafa. He also alleged that Bersatu has been a target of political attacks from Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and BN Chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi.
Pelbagai tuduhan dan tomahan dilemparkan kepada Bersatu untuk membina persepsi negatif, terutama dalam masa kita semakin dekat dengan PRN di 6 negeri. Tidak cukup dengan itu, bagi melemahkan seluruh pentadbiran Parti Bersatu, akaun bilik Bersatu telah dibekukan walaupun siasatan belum selesai. Maksudnya tuan-tuan, Bersatu dihukum tanpa dibuktikan bersalah.
Muhammad Syukur noted how Anwar and his daughter Nurul Izzah are living comfortable lives while claiming not to be receiving any salaries in their positions.
Persoalannya, dari mana sumber pembiayaan anak beranak ini sehingga mampu hidup mewah tanpa gaji? Siapa yang membiayai mereka? Adakah mana-mana tycoon di belakang yang memberi pembiayaan kepada keluarga ini?
The Perlis Islamic Council today gets the green light to intervene in Hindu's single mother, Law Siu Hong's custody order, whose 3 children were converted to Islam by her Muslim convert ex-husband. The Court of Appeal has allowed the Perlis Islamic Religious and Malay Customs Council to intervene and vary the custody order granted to single mother Law Siu Hong for her 3 unilaterally converted children. Judge Has Zana Muhammad said the law on intervention is governed by Order 15, Rule 6, Bracket 2 of Court 2012, read with Section 96 of the Law Reform Act 1976. With the ruling, MIPS can file an application before the Kuala Lumpur Family Court to vary the custody order. When delivering the verdict, Has Zana said there is no necessity to dwell on the legality or, otherwise, the conversion of Law's underage children, 15-year-old twin daughters and 11-year-old son. Speaking to reporters, MIPS lawyer Muhammad Hanif Katri Abdullah said his team will file an application on behalf of his client at the Kuala Lumpur High Court to intervene in the custody order granted to Law. Last August, the High Court allowed Law to proceed her lawsuit to challenge her former husband's unilateral conversion of their children to Islam without her knowledge and consent in July 2020. The case will be heard on March 21. MIPS filed the intervention application on March 7, 2022 for it to have the locus standi to apply to vary the terms of the custody order granted to Law. He may have been sacked from UMNO, but Khairi Jamaluddin is far from retiring from politics. The former health minister said he has been made several offers and has a few months to consider before the state elections. Khairi Jamaluddin was mulling offers to run for public office in Selangor, including that of Menteri Besar, according to The Star. In a meeting with the Concord Club, an informal group of editors and senior journalists, he said there are discussions with several parties on what that role would be. However, Khairi has yet to decide if he wants to participate in the Selangor state election, which has to be held this year. The former health minister said if he decides to sit out the state polls, then he would have more time to decide which political platform to choose as the next chapter in his political journey. Khairi described the upcoming state elections as a good opportunity, but made it clear that he has not decided whether he was ready for another election. During the November 19 general election, Khairi failed in his bid to be re-elected to Parliament. Previously, he was a 3-term MP for Rembau and was also a cabinet member under 3 prime ministers. Khairi was sacked from UMNO on January 28 without any official reasons. It is understood that he was sacked due to disparaging remarks he made against the party leadership during the GE15 campaign. Meanwhile, Khairi said he does not intend to form a new party because Malaysia was currently a bit saturated with political parties. Tambun former MP Ahmad Faizal Azumu is staying put in his former constituency, despite losing the seat to PKR President Anwar Ibrahim in the last general election. Bersatu Deputy President Ahmad Faizal Azumu has vowed to continue servicing Tambun constituents, although he was no longer their MP. According to Berita Bersatu, Faizal said there are limitations now that he no longer has access to government funds. The former Perak Menteri Besar said Perikatan Nasional will continue their services to all, regardless of their party affiliations. Faizal was speaking to reporters at a Tambun PN Division and Manjoy Constituency Service Centre event yesterday. Although PN lost the Tambun parliamentary seat to Pakatan Harapan, it wrested the Manjoy state seat, which was within the Tambun constituency. Faizal was a 1-term Tambun MP and 1-term Chanderiang Assemblyperson. He was the Perak Menteri Besar from mid-2018 until late 2020. Following this, he was the Youth and Sports Minister from August 2021 to October 2022. A Terengganu male EXCO member today took to Twitter to use an analogy to liken women to items. The past leader's sexist stance was immediately called out by Malaysians. A past leader has courted flack online for likening women to items amid the incident of a woman barred from entering a police station due to her attire. In a Twitter post, Jabi Assemblyperson Anwar Ibrahim said packaging plays an important part in marketing, adding that expensive items that are high in value will be packaged nicely. This was in response to a news report on Bentong MP Young Shafura Othman urging the police to carry out their duty without prejudice and sexism. Young Shafura was commenting on a recent case where a woman was barred from entering the Kajang District Police Headquarters to lodge a report on a traffic accident because she was wearing shorts. Commenting on the matter, IGP Akril Sani Abdullah Sani said the incident stemmed from a misunderstanding between the woman and personnel on duty. Azman's stance unsurprisingly did not sit well with netizens who called him out for alleged sexism. Meanwhile, in a separate tweet, he defended his comparison of the situation to expensive goods being packaged nicely was just a figure of speech. Responding to a Malaysia Kini article on his remarks, he tweeted that his critics did not understand proverbs, parables, and analogies, and gave a list of Malay proverbs as an example.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.